What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In this video here, I'm going to go over a quick little breakdown and detailed walkthrough of the brand new NRS GORE-TEX Pro Jakl. I think they're calling this the Jakl or Jakl. And this is the newest dry suit from NRS. For you guys that aren't familiar with NRS, they've been around for, I don't know, 1,000 years probably. They have been around for a while, and they've been making dry gear, rafts, a whole wide range of products out there. And this new dry suit here, big shout out to the guys at NOC. Johnny down at the NOC hooked me up with this. If you guys are interested in picking one of these dry suits up or have more questions about this dry suit, go ahead and hit up the guys at NOC. They can help you. They should start having these in stock very soon. I'm thinking around about maybe next few weeks. They're pre-ordering them, so this is not available yet, but this will be available for pre-order for any of you guys that are interested. So hit those guys up. You can tell them you've seen my video, and who knows, maybe they'll give you a free sticker. How about that? But yeah, let's get into the breakdown of the dry suit. I'll go ahead and start breaking it down. I had some pros and cons and some likes and dislikes about this dry suit, and that I think you could stick around to the end of the video and get the cons on what I didn't like about this suit. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into the walkthrough now. We'll start up here at the neck, and I'll just kind of work my things down. One of the things I like that they did, this is a short type neoprene with a soft kind of rubberized shell on the inside of it. I really liked how comfortable that neck like protective gasket right there was. I like that a lot. And check out what they did here. They made a big wide mesh pocket right here for drainage on the front and back. That is different from what I've seen on other dry suits, say like my Merson Research here. It's just a little tiny hole, so water will get down in there and it takes a lot longer to drain out. That one drained a lot better. I really like that they did that. And the gasket itself, it looks like they're gaskets. Let me go ahead and unzip it here so I could show you the inside of the gasket. They are using British latex gasket, it looks like. I got all about into gaskets not too long ago, so I know my difference between the British latex. So this looks like it is a dipped gasket, so they do dip it before they tape it, which you always want to see that on a dry suit. You want to see them dip the gasket before they glue it and tape it onto the seams. Looked really nice. That's going to hold up well. This dry suit is very well made. Right away the construction feels bomber on this thing. It feels like a really high quality filling dry suit. It doesn't feel cheap at all. So yeah, I noticed that the neck gasket stretched. It felt really good. It was really, I didn't have to trim it or anything. It just fit perfectly, and that gasket feels great. So yeah, that's it on the neck gaskets. And you can see the seam tape. They have really good seam tape going around. And I'll show you the wrist gaskets. The wrist gaskets also dipped and taped gaskets around there. That's really nice to see. Was very dry. Really liked how dry this thing was. And by the way, this is a medium, and I run between medium and large, but this medium fit me. I think I would be more towards the large than the medium, but the medium fit me fine. I paddled in it all day, no problem at all. And you could tell this was made for kayaking, because one of the things you could feel, I could tell that they had the way they made the back for more of a setting position. I like that a lot. So you guys need to be real mindful when you're buying a dry suit that it is a kayaking specific dry suit that's made for that, because if this was all one fabric, it would be really tight when you're leaning forward. This was very loose when I would like crouch down or lean forward, go for boosts, lean over. I felt no constriction in this area. It was very nice. The shoulders were very nice. Were able to open up nicely. I didn't feel any type of restriction in the shoulder area there. They did a really good job on that right there. I like that a lot. Moving on to the zipper. They are using YKK zippers, if you can see that. This is a YKK zipper. There's two type of zippers out there with dry suits. You'll either have a T-zip or a YKK zip. That's pretty much the two main zippers, and these YKK zips are a lot better quality, I think, than the T-zip as far as where the seam tape goes. Way they seam it right there, I think it holds up a little better. I'll show you a T-zip. If you look at my T-zip, how it's held up on this one, you can see this is a T-zip, and you can see how that material has eventually just broken down. And I think the YKK is probably a better way, because this feels like a really like a solid piece. So I like that. I like that they did that. That's going to hold up a lot better. Level 6 uses this. I really like the YKK zippers over the T-zip. The T-zips are good. Don't get me wrong. The T-zips are good, and the dry suit I just showed you is almost 6 years old now. So, you know, no fault on that one. That was 6 years of pretty hard abuse on that thing. Very easily to zip. You still want to kind of like oil your zippers, you know, you still want to like lube your zipper up there. This one feels like it's brand new. It needs to be broken in a little bit. It was a little tough to zip up when I was getting it on. Moving on to the elbow area, the elbow and wrist area, they do have a Cordura, I think it's called Cordura liner, and that's a high wear area. That's always really good. I love seeing that when manufacturers do that. They have this Cordura on the elbows and the knee area, and they did add a little drainage right there, it looks like. So they got a Cordura area there, and they got a little bit of drainage right here in the elbow. I like that. That's a good feature. Those are the high wear areas. Highly recommend that. It does have a waterproof zipper here. Really cool. They do have a NRS little molded tab. They have a little NRS molded tab zipper there. That's a good attention to detail. Waterproof zipper there. I like that. Has a tunnel for your spray skirt with this very grippy type material right here. If you look, this material is very sticky. This is a very sticky type of rubberized material for going around, and it's very flexible, so it doesn't constrict you. And it has these might be reflective, I don't know, I haven't tested it, but that it has these waist cinch down systems here that goes around. Has the relief zipper here. For, you know, this is a men's. The women's will have like a flap back here. I don't know what the flap's called, but the women's will have a zip flap in the back. This has a relief zipper in the front. Works extremely well. The legs were cut nicely. You can see that, how they've cut these legs for when you're doing those portages or long hikes in and you need to step up nicely. You know what? Someone could do a full split in this with no problem. Look at that. You guys leave a comment below if you want to see me do a full split in one of these dry suits. Well, or attempt it. Yeah. The name of it, the Jakl. It's kind of like printed on right there. And here's something interesting I had not seen. This is like, normally manufacturers will do like a flap, like a Velcro flap over here. What they've done is put this rubberized elastic coating right here over your socks. So this is the same there. This is the GORE-TEX type socks right here that goes into the shoe. But you can see how that little stretch right there works over. Put this dry suit through its paces on how the reach is for reaching, how the movement in the arms for paddling. I really liked that it was very flexible. I even got out of my boat and kind of like laid down in the water and just submerged myself in the river to see if it would leak at all, and it was super dry. One thing, this thing was bone dry, and I was very impressed with it. To my knowledge, this is the first time NRS has got into the GORE-TEX. This is a GORE-TEX Pro, where normally, you know, they've used a nylon in the past. I know their Crux dry suit, I've used that in the past, and it's been nylon, which is a great dry suit. My Immersion Research is a nylon. You know, I've paddled a lot of different dry suits, by the way, just so you guys know. So NRS seems like they're going directly up against Kokatak as far as like the best dry suit on the market, and this is their first GORE-TEX paddling dry suit that I'm aware of. You guys leave in the comments if you think if NRS has had any other GORE-TEX suits. I think they had something like a rescue suit, but I don't think it was a kayaking dry suit. That's all of my likes and the pros that I have on the NRS Jakl Drysuit. I'm going to go ahead and tell you some of the cons of this dry suit. So right away, I'm going to show you something, one of my cons and dislikes about this dry suit. If you notice, it's an open zipper here. And this is closed up. There's no cover for this zipper. And this right here takes way more impacts. If you roll over going down a slide or something, and this grinds and breaks this off, this could break that off. And then how are you going to undo this? You've broken that zipper. If it was me, what I would have done is done something similar to, let's say, let me grab my, look at my, and you think, oh, I don't take that many hits. Look how much wear that zipper has taken this T-zip, look how much wear that is taken. See, they have thought that out. I think there needs to be some sort of flap. What I like about, you know, the Immersion Research is having this flap here, and level 6 does like a little flap just over your zipper, which is all you need. I don't think you need possibly all of this, but definitely I would like to be able to close that up and flap over it. What I'd like to see is some sort of little closer so that doesn't get wore down and break off right there, because if that breaks, you're in a world of trouble. That's one thing. Another thing with this zipper, I was putting on the river one time with one of my buddies, and he had a dry suit, brand new, had just bought it. It wasn't an NRS, it was another brand from overseas. And he went to open his dry suit up, and look at this, guys. If you open this dry suit up, you see what I'm doing right here? Notice there's no stop. So what other manufacturers have done, they have glued a stop so you can't open that zipper up. He actually opened his dry top like this and popped the teeth right out of the zipper. And when that happened, he was done. He was seriously just done. We could not get that to lock back on there, and all it was doing. So imagine if you pop these teeth out, you ain't getting that back on. He eventually got it back on with a pair of pliers at home working on it, but he couldn't use his dry suit that day. We sat there in the parking lot for seriously 30 minutes trying to fix that dry suit, to the point we were like, screw it, let's just put on the water and figure it out. Imagine if I went to open this, or I'm hiking and I have my dry suit down around my waist, I could potentially pull those teeth right out of that zipper. And that's one thing that I would like to have seen, is some sort of stop between these two and figure out a way of doing that. So yeah, that's one thing right there. There's a couple of issues right there with this zipper that I could see potentially happening to you, wearing it down here or opening it up too far there. Another thing that I've noticed, one thing that I really like to have on a dry suit is a waist cinch system, similar to this. Level 6 has it, Immersion Research has it. I really like having this waist system. So, and you're like, when does this helps the most? When I'm like, you know how we run shuttle, or we're like hiking in on those long hikes, you'll roll your dry suit down a lot of times, and this actually keeps the dry suit from sliding down your waist and getting down around your ankles. You're constantly like cinching this up. And I had tried pulling these and tightening them up the best I can, but it kept sliding down because it didn't have that waist cinch system. I'd like to see a waist cinch system to pull all of that in a little tighter. That would have helped out a lot too. Another thing I'd like to see is seen some Cordura on this area. It does look like they might have upped the layers back here, but I would like to see, this is a very high wear area for dry suits, because we're sitting in kayaks a lot, we're sliding down a hill, we're getting up and over logs and trees, and the ass end of our suit sometimes takes a lot of use. I wish they would have put patches of this material right here on this and had it right here. I think they should have done that too. The one thing you're going to find out, this dry suit runs extremely hot. It doesn't breathe as good, but all Gore-Tex do that. You guys leave in the comments below if you have some sort of Gore-Tex dry top and you've used nylon and Gore-Tex. No, don't get me wrong, this dry suit is amazing. I really like it a lot. I think this is going to be a really good kind of alternative to a Kokotek Gore-Tex dry suit. I think NRS knocked it out of the park. They have a few things that I'd like to see done different, but you know what, to each his own. I'm just trying to give you guys some information on dry suits and what I think about them. So yeah, you guys leave in the comments below if you have any NRS dry suits and what you think about them, if you would recommend NRS dry suits over other dry suits. All right, everybody, leave in the comments below what you think of this dry suit, if this is something you think you'd pick up, if this is a dry suit you think you'd put in your paddling gear, and let me know. Hit that like button while you're down there too, and try to help this. If you guys want to see more videos on kind of like winter top gear and dry gear, let me know what you think about this dry suit, and I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.